and welcome to Kashmir, the Road to Progress, a special series on WION. I'm at the Royal Springs Golf Course in Srinagar. It is regarded as one of the most scenic golf courses in Asia, and you can see why. The government has been promoting golf and other sports. That's because the region has immense sporting talent. In fact, the sports stars of Kashmir are a powerful tool for change, inspiring fellow Kashmiris and proving that with the right mindset and hard work, there is no limit to what one can achieve. Kashmir is brimming with the success stories of these exceptional athletes. How vital is it to promote sports in Kashmir? What do the athletes need to reach their full potential? To discuss this, I am joining some of the top coaches and athletes from Kashmir. I have traveled in Kashmir extensively and met so many accomplished athletes. These men and women are trailblazers in their own right, from fields like martial arts, basketball, football, and water sports. Spending time in the great outdoors is such a joy here.
That is so cool.
The lakes of Kashmir are a natural treasure and a gift for water sports enthusiasts. Many of the outdoor facilities for practicing sports are set in some of the most scenic settings I have ever seen, like the golf course in Pahalgam that is so beautiful that it must be hard to focus properly on the game at hand. Today I'm going to meet a number of inspiring athletes from the region to see what drives them to excel in their chosen sport.
Sports doesn't need any tag. It only needs an opportunity, the players to come forward, players to organize tournaments, and they want to show up their skills. That is the really amazing thing about the sports, and they give the positivity, energy in the field.
When I first started playing this sport, women didn't have that much of a role in sports, because we had very less participation of women. But later on, when we started getting medals in nationals and internationals, so there were little girls who got inspired from us, and even boys. When I started, there was very less infrastructure because we used to train in a big hall. But as you can see now, we have all this stadium as well, and then other stadium for Srinagar. Things are changing, and things are developing as well.
For us, it is a chance to get away from it, to get away from the turmoil, to get away from the politics of it all. It's some place you can come and just relax for some time. And of course, the physical part of it, the future, if anyone can make it, good for him.
Sports, everything, it gives you happiness. For me, football is everything. I have skipped my exams for the sports, college exams, a lot of times. I have also skipped my sister's wedding.
In a bid to promote the sporting culture in Kashmir, the government organized a sports festival. Coaches are being felicitated for their hard work. Exhibition games for both rugby and football are being organized to go along with the other celebrations. Many of the top sportspersons from the valley are attending the festivities.
मुझे लगता है कि आज केवल 2 गेम्स का राज नहीं हो रहा है, बल्कि पूरे देश को जम्मू कश्मीर एक मैसेज दे रहा है, संदेश दे रहा है कि बच्चियां अपना गोल पोस्ट खुद तय करेंगी, कोई दूसरा नहीं तय करेगा। और उनको एक नई उड़ान स्पोर्ट्स काउंसिल ने और हमारे स्पोर्ट्स डिपार्टमेंट ने दिया है। या देश के अनेक हिस्सों में मुझे जाने का अवसर मिला। मैं कह सकता हूं कि स्पोर्ट्स इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर जम्मू कश्मीर जैसा देश के दूसरे हिस्से में नहीं है।
Generally considered to be a niche sport in the rest of the country, rugby is quite a popular sport for women in Kashmir. Here, the women rugby teams can be seen playing a friendly game. Led by Irfan Aziz Butta, the head coach for rugby in Kashmir.
We introduced rugby in 2003, and then we struggled. People were not coming into rugby, especially for the girls. It was really hard to bring girls on the field. It took us 3-4 years to convince their parents. Firstly, see how our format works, how we work with the players. We arrange so many meets with the parents. So we spread awareness. That is the key factor. Now we are having 17,000 people playing rugby in Kashmir, in Jammu and Kashmir. We have already 21 international players. That is our achievement, that now the Sports Council, the government over here has provided us the same artificial turf ground which is under construction, and that cost us more than 10 crore rupees, which is going to be built up in next couple of months. And that will be the first of its kind in India, which is AstroTurf all-weather ground. My message to the youth, especially for the Kashmiri kids, is to indulge yourself in a proper fashion into the sports. It's not necessary you come into rugby, come into any sports.
I managed to meet the secretary for the Sports Council of Jammu and Kashmir, Nuzad Gul, as well, to understand how the participation of women in sports is being encouraged in the valley.
My job is to organize all kind of sports and podium sports and prepare athletes for different functions and different competitions, whether it's national, it's a state level or it's international. We are celebrating the sports week starting from tomorrow. In this week we will be doing 80 such sporting events in 22 sports disciplines, and our target is involving 20,000 athletes. Women participation is to a larger extent. I will not say equal participation, but women, as you saw, are coming out from their comfort zones and they are participating in all the athletic competitions equally. We have the best possible cricket teams over here. We are having rugby teams of women, volleyball teams of women, football teams of women, penchak slats, and all kinds of taekwondo, gymnastics. In all sports discipline, we are having women participation now. The sports person has always a very positive and healthy lifestyle. His contribution towards the society and economic build-up in the national build-up is greater than a non-sports person.
J&K Football Association 11 and Jammu and Kashmir Sports Council Football Academy.
Another sport that has been growing tremendously in popularity here is Wushu. This full-contact martial art requires high fitness levels, intense training, and includes many techniques for takedowns, kicks, and punches. This dojo, located in central Srinagar's Gindun Sports Grounds, is the headquarters of Wushu in Kashmir, and it's teeming with activity. The valley has produced many Wushu gold medalists, led by Kuldeep Handu, who I am meeting today. Kuldeep Handu is India's national chief coach for Wushu and hails from Srinagar. He has been the national Wushu champion an astonishing 11 times and brought home Kashmir's first Dronacharya Award, given to him via a virtual ceremony in 2020. Wushu is like a pretty niche sport. How did you start with Wushu?
Basically, I belong to Kashmir. I was studying here till 10th. When we migrated to Jammu, my friend came. He was just studying me. He told me that let's play this taekwondo and all that. So I started taekwondo over there. That time, my sir, the guru, Vishal Sharma, he told me that by your physique, you seems to be good in Wushu. So he started me practicing me. So I participated in the national championship in 1995. I got gold medal there.
Wow.
So that was my first gold, and that was a boost to me. So then my aim was just to practice Wushu only. I remained 11-time national champion in Wushu. So in 2007, I stopped playing Wushu.
Do you think that there is any kind of benefits for Kashmiri youth to pick up Wushu as a sport?
Martial art is very important to all sports, I think. Martial art teaches us how to be in the discipline, how to be a disciplined person. Martial art is very popular in Kashmir. You are talking about the Kashmir, very popular, especially Wushu. There's Baramulla, you go to Kupwara, you go Anantnag, Pulwama. We have lots of Wushu players over here. They are very fond of this game and they are practicing. I think Wushu is the only sports in J&K which is giving the medals at the international level.
You're also a Dronacharya awardee. How has that inspired the youth of Kashmir?
Being a Dronacharya, it's a great moment for me, as well as the first award for the state to get the Dronacharya award in 2020. With my this hard practice and my dedication, with the support of the federation, with the support of the government, with the support of my parents and my friends and relatives, I got this award. And I am trying, because now I got this award, or everybody is aiming to be the Dronacharya next time, because everybody is now coming, because if the Kuldeep Hundu gets this award, why not we?
Exactly.
They are working hard, and the peoples around here, we have got a good potential, we have got the good coaches, we have got the good players. Just government needs to nurture them, needs to support them.
How easy or hard is it to find sponsors in Kashmir?
All the recognized sports are getting the government support. We have got a Honorable LG, he's very much interested in promoting sports. We have a Secretary of Sports, she is trying very hard to promote the sports, to come to the youth, because she wants to channelize the youth energy into sports.
So is there any kind of initiative that you would like to see? Because sports can be a really powerful vehicle for change. Is there anything you would like to see for sports to reach its full potential?
Now the government of India has launched so many schemes, like TOP scheme, Khelo India schemes. Now they are spreading Khelo India centers all over the country. So, and they are grooming the players at grassroots levels. And certainly it will benefit, I think, after 4 or 5 years, it will certainly boost the sports culture, especially in Kashmir. I think if that scheme, if the government, state government, takes that schemes very seriously, I think next time in 2028 you will find 3-4 persons from Kashmir and Jammu and Kashmir participating in the Olympics.
Are we going to see any Wushu gold medals in the next Olympics?
Wushu is the only sport which has given the first ever medal in the Asian Games. That comes from Wushu. Suri Brahma Pratap Singh is the first medalist of the state who got the medal in the Asian Games. One person, Rajinder Singh, he defeated the 3 times world champion from Russia. He defended the world championship. He is also from Jammu. So we have got the good potential here.
Is there any kind of inspirational message that you have to the young Kashmiris that are watching this, that are, that are talented in sports, that are aspirational?
Just to focus, just to have a target and just work hard to it. Don't get derailed. Don't use shortcut methods.
Focus, channel, and you can reach the top.
Yeah, we should not derail from our target. We should, in case we are good in studies, we should focus on, we should achieve whatever we have a target, we should achieve that. That is the only message.
Nothing is impossible.
Yes, nothing is impossible, nothing.
The fighters Kuldeep trains are also taking part in competitions, and many of them have won gold medals at international level competitions.
I chose Wushu because it was the best option amongst all martial arts, because it was a combination of all martial arts, because in it we have to do throwing, kicking, punching, and it's a very combat sport. We have to hit the opponent very hard. It's not a pointing game. We have to hit the opponent. And you know the situation in the world currently, a woman needs to learn self-defense because it is very important for a woman.
I'm really happy that I'm a woman. And I'm doing great in Wushu. I'm a national Wushu medalist, gold medalist. In sports, girls are doing well, and especially in India. So I'm really happy that I'm a woman.
For me, it's like if you have courage to do, you can do everything what you want. So everything's possible for everyone. So here I'm 5 times national medalist. I was just 13 and I'm just 5 times national medalist.
This martial art has been gaining traction in the Kashmir Valley and is practiced both in small towns and cities across Jammu and Kashmir. I have to say, the budding stars of Wushu have wonderful role models to look up to. Kashmir is a region with a great deal of forest cover, and when it comes to sports, the Kashmiri willow is famous. Cricket bats made out of this Kashmir willow are popular across the world for their quality and durability. I am visiting a cricket bat manufacturer to find out more about what makes these bats so special. Like his father before him, Asif Majid Parai is a cricket bat manufacturer in Chersu village, about an hour's drive south of Srinagar.
I have heard that Kashmir has some of the best wood in the world for cricket bats. So I'm meeting with Asif. Why is Kashmiri wood so good for cricket bats?
Actually, these type of plants only grow in two regions. One's in England and one in Kashmir. It is the willow, it's called the willow.
Can we have a look at what a finished bat of yours looks like?
Yes, this is the finish, this is the buffered bat.
So this would be a heavy bat compared to
this
one from the UK?
This is the lightest bat we have.
This is the lightest one you have?
The lightest one we have. We charge 3,000.
3,000 rupees.
As compared to English willow, that's very less.
And do you also sponsor players?
Right now I'm sponsoring maybe 10 to 12 players.
Some of Kashmir's cricketers are using these bats in the games they compete in. And Kashmiri bat makers are also sponsoring athletes with their bats. I'm meeting cricketer Abid Nabi, who uses only Kashmiri bats for the games he plays.
I'm joined today by Abid Nabi.
Yeah.
Can you start by introducing yourself, what you've accomplished?
I'm a Ranji Trophy player of J&K and also representing international level and also a junior international level and also a little bit of camps.
When did you decide to go pro?
That time I'm 18 years old when I started my professional career of cricket.
So in this time, since then, you've been traveling back and forth to Kashmir, many times.
Yeah.
How has it changed since then? Do you see that every time you come back, there's more and more people practicing sport?
4-5 years have lots of change in JKCA, in Kashmir, in all sports. Lots of facilities here, infrastructure is changing here.
And also with the girls' participation? Or?
In girls, in boys, in senior level, in a junior level, lots of change here.
A lot of athletes coming from Kashmir are like ranking really high on fitness tests.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? What's the secret for the fitness of a
Because
Kashmiri?
of here is a high altitude here. That's why most of athletes are fit here. I'm a junior cricket coach here. I coach them lots of boys and girls.
Do you think today that it's like a realistic choice for a Kashmiri young athlete to choose to go pro cricket?
When I was started cricket, every parents have tell me go for the education, not going for a sports. Every parents have go for the help them in every aspects.
Do you think that maybe 4 years down the line in the next Olympics, maybe that we will see Kashmiris on the podiums?
Maybe the government is working very hard with new generation. Maybe good athletes, good cricketers, good soccer players. Maybe in 3-4 years, lots of international players we have produced here.
We'll have to keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah, definitely.
The Gendon Sports Center is usually buzzing with activity. Kashmiri youngsters can be seen playing basketball, tennis and soccer in the afternoons. I'm also lucky to meet Ishvak Ahmed, who is one of the most famous footballers from Jammu and Kashmir. Ishvak became the first Kashmiri captain of Kolkata's Mohun Bagan in the club's history during the 2010-11 season. Ishvak has retired from playing soccer professionally and is now working as an assistant coach with the Kerala Blasters.
What would you say is like the highlight of your playing career?
Playing for Mohun Bagan, one of the top club is representing them as a captain. Then obviously the first one should be the representing country, scoring on my debut for the country.
What do you think that meant for Kashmiri athletes that are striving to become successful soccer players?
If you want to develop players from the grassroots level, you need to have role models. If you don't have role models, who will they look up to?
Soccer is like a team sport, right? It's a very powerful tool to bring people together. Do you think that is what is making young people in Kashmir attracted to soccer? Or?
Not only that, see, this soccer has been always the the most loved and cherished game here. You know, like the soccer is played in every part of Kashmir, whether it's in the border area, remote area. It is that connection. It doesn't cost you much. You just have to buy shoes. It's not a costly game. 22 players can, you know, like join, young, youth, old, anyone can join it and play. For that 1 hour, 1.5 hours, they don't think what is happening around them. They just concentrate and enjoy the game. And I think one of the reason is they just get out their frustration out, and we have a good talent in football as well.
Yeah, teaches good discipline also.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only that, discipline plus it keeps you away from social evil. Like we have been fighting a big fight here for drugs. So if you want to become a soccer player or any athlete, you need to keep yourself fit. You need to keep away from these things. And that's what we need, you know, for these kids to come out of that scenario. Hopefully we get a better facilities also and produce some.
You don't approve of the grass here? Or?
When you play highest level, I would always want my Kashmiri brothers and sisters get that kind of facilities, because I know how important it is. It's not that we don't have the grounds. I think the last bit of execution is missing. That is maintaining these pitches. When I go to the other states, they are crowded, but they still maintain those play fields.
It must have become a lot easier to become a successful soccer player now compared to when you started out.
Well, it was very difficult at that time, you know, like I come from a very humble background, you know, like to manage budget to get football shoes. Not many grounds were accessible also that time. Now kids are very lucky. They have grounds. They have that RTC ground also where qualified coaches are under FIFA license and all that. Myself, Mehraj, we are both A licensed coach. Because of the TV channels now, the broadcasting of Premier League, La Liga has developed a new kind of interest in footballers, in local kids. If we are lucky enough, we can produce good players from here in every sports. One of the reasons why I'm saying that is we live in high altitude. So
exactly, yeah. The big lungs and the good fitness level.
And good fitness level. And the rest of the country, you won't find the physical abilities. If properly developed, we might produce national level, good international level players.
Yeah. It's like one of the new medal hopes of India will be from Kashmir.
Can
perhaps,
be easily. It won't surprise me if groomed properly, proper coaching. There will be many athletes, and in all sports, all discipline, you may be able to see next medal from here. Yeah. If groomed, it has a big question mark.
Yeah, we'll have to keep our fingers crossed. I've now met with some accomplished coaches, top athletes and motivated youngsters. It has been really inspiring. It has made me realize just how much potential there is for athletes to excel in Kashmir. From the picturesque golf courses to the water sports center on Dal Lake to the many cricket and football grounds around the region, there are many facilities for sports in Kashmir, and the future looks bright for its budding athletes.